Finally, Trump has come out with his tariff policy, which he was threatening since he took over about 3 months back or 2 months back. And on April 2nd, he has come out with a formula. Based on that formula, across the board for all countries, he has given different tariffs. And it turned out to be a ridiculous formula based on which these tariffs have been implemented. So there are some islands in Antarctica area where only penguins live. Even those islands are now slapped with a tariff. And another ridiculous thing was, there is a small country called Lesotho in southern Africa. Lesotho, Botswana, South Africa, all of them are into a trading union. So whatever are the tariffs that are being levied by them for export as well as for import is with reference to that particular free trade agreement that they have entered into. Ignoring all that, now he has slapped different tariffs for different countries, one to Botswana, one to South Africa, which is around 30%, but highest to Lesotho, which is 50%. How did that work out? He seems to have gone by a very rough and ready, back of the envelope calculation of each country, what is the trade deficit to America and what are the exports, value of exports from that country, divide the trade deficit by exports of that country, arrive at some figure, 50% of that he has slapped as the tariff from America to that particular country. But what does Lesotho produce? It produces mostly diamonds. Can diamonds be relocated to America because of these tariffs? No, because diamonds can only come out of the mines in Lesotho, not in America. So this tariff will not have any impact in terms of relocating manufacturing from Lesotho to America. So this ridiculous way of going about with this tariff principle. Instead, if it has been selective, maybe he could have been far more effective. Like, which are the industries where there is a possibility of relocation of manufacturing to America if tariffs are increased, if some such analysis was done, and specific to those sectors, specific to those countries from where most of the imports were coming into America, if this tariff system was applied, maybe at least with reference to that small agenda that he had of manufacturing moving over to America, maybe it could have had some impact. But instead of that, this broad-based across all countries based on some stupid formula, putting tariffs is not going to get manufacturing back to America, but on the other hand, it's going to totally destabilize American economy itself. The inflation is going to rise. There's a possibility of a recession. And American people who are used to cheap products from across the world based upon this principle of comparative advantage are now going to be denied of that advantage. So there's going to be a high increase as far as the prices of these things are going, these products are concerned. So to that extent, Americans themselves are going to be the losers in the process. And he has really destabilized the world economy. Even the American stock market itself has slumped the way it has slumped at the time of COVID. Always the world economic agenda is being dictated by America. There was a time when American insurance companies, American banking companies, American companies which have huge patents to have access to markets across the world. That is when they started this whole process of World Trade Organization, intellectual property rights, and have been big beneficiaries. Because of that, a lot of royalties have flown into America. But there can't be a one-sided economic trade. So in the process, a lot of manufacturing also has shifted out of America because they went to places like China, Vietnam, where the labor was cheap. and mass production was possible. And that also was advantageous to America in terms of cheap products coming into the country. Now, having lost the manufacturing, you want to get back the manufacturing back to America, and for this tariff war has started. And it's a ridiculous war in which America is the biggest loser and whole world is also going to be a loser. So unfortunately, the whole world is going to be a victim of these idiosyncrasies of Trump and his tariff policies. Thank you.